Okay, it says we're live. Hi, guys. You don't want to know the shit we've been through for the past 30 minutes.
Technically, a computer crashes, and then this happens.
And then the computer crashes, and then you're just like, wait, what happened now?
Well, forget this.
Yeah. Woo. Wait, did you do the thing that Rosa does, in which you combined all your clips of Nita into like one thing?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
All the characters.
Oh. You know what, dude? I really need to do that. I did it once for like Thrax in a separate video just because there was
it's so useful.
No, it is, because when I did it of Thrax, I was like, well, that's like literally 80 minutes I didn't need, because he has like 10 minutes of screen time apparently, which is sad, but not the point.
I'm so behind.
I just finished blocking last night.
Lucky you.
I literally was like screaming through the rooftops. I was like crying. I was like, yes, I finished. But then I looked at how much I had, and I was like, oh, fuck me. See, you know, I envy you, the fact that you're confident enough to do this in like 5 minutes.
What, the storyline? No, it's gonna be. Well, I got no choice. I've only got 6 weeks.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this in 6 weeks. That's my honest truth. Anyways, I'm gonna try and like not show spoilers, but hopefully no one will know. No one will know. My mouse froze. No. Okay.
It's actually the wedding. Whoops.
So the weather.
The weather.
Psh, that weather, am I right? Is it not showing my screen? I guess it's gonna fluctuate. Okay. Anyways. So time to finally start editing.
Wait, you haven't started?
Wait. What do you think? What do you mean? What do you think I meant by that first?
No.
I mean, like, I have like no. I start editing today.
Oh, same here.
No, I've edited somewhat. I think, I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's no way in heck we're gonna be able to split the screen between yours and mine, I think.
Oh well, we'll fluctuate.
Yeah.
I'll live.
What about me?
I'm showing your screen right now.
Oh. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I just don't think they'll see me. But that's okay. They've seen me stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
They know how I edit, whatever. I haven't streamed with a person in months.
Oh, and you chose like the worst person to stream with. My gosh.
Wait. I would stream with my friend Laura, and she would either do like her videos. Last time I streamed with her, we were playing Five Nights at Freddy's, which that was And that was actually really fun, and I actually made a highlights video that I posted on my channel. Hashtag self promotion. But it was like a lot of fun, but most of it was literally just me screaming. But that's me in all my streaming, just excessive laughing and screaming. Welcome to my life. Heyo. No, don't do that. Oh yeah, so do you see the scene of Sinbad that I'm currently masking?
I just have to switch between two, but yes.
Okay, so this is basically like one of the most popular expressions that editors use of Sinbad, and this is literally my first time using it.
Oh.
I haven't had like any use for it. I actually never really realized why it was so popular to begin with. I don't think it's one of his best expressions, honestly. I think he has a lot of expressions that people haven't used. But, you know, life of a crossover editor, am I right?
Pretty much. I think the struggle has been trying to figure out how not to overuse certain expressions in scenes, especially since I did not expect to get this far, so it's like, well...
Yeah, crap. I mean... I think the thing is with me is that there are like certain Nita expressions that I just overuse all the time. But I think that is mostly because the fact that there are like expressions that just work for so many different contexts of scenes. And also the fact that like 80% of her expressions is just her being 100% done or sassy lady. And that is does not work. I can't stand that movie. Sophie like sent me like the nostalgia critic Disney-cember of Brother Bear 2, and I told her, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that a bunch of times, and I admitted it's weird watching it now because I've literally seen the movie 100 times over. But
at least you didn't have to listen to the audio.
What?
At least you didn't have to listen to the audio repeatedly.
Yeah, that's true. It's because I just have it on mute. But sometimes, so, like, just on genuine curiosity, I'll like unmute it and like watch a scene, and I'll just cringe. I'll just be like, oh, "This is so bad." That movie is shameful. No. Actually, when she sent it to me, I rewatched the review just because, and like he made it, and like so like Doug made like a really good point, just being like, because he said that like that Nita like knows that Kenai is a bear now, but but for some reason like the villagers like attack him when he shows up, so everybody's like, wait, don't they know?
Well, obviously not.
Apparently. I mean, like, if I'm gonna be honest, like, my guess was just like, well, I don't know, maybe they just didn't know it was him in particular. Maybe they just thought it was some other wild bear.
Well, to be fair, the way he entered the village wasn't exactly like, he just runs in there.
Great entrance, Kenai. Totally not gonna scare some kids and get the hunters after you.
No trauma at all.
Trauma? What's trauma? It's not like we write characters that have trauma 24/7.
Oh no, they're perfectly adjusted individuals. Perfectly okay. Why do you doubt this?
It's like that comic of like that dog in the room with everything on fire. It's just like, this is fine.
Not fine. Our friends are dead.
Everybody's dead.
Sunshine and rainbows. Anyway, beer.
So that's nice. Drama is for children.
Well, how else can you grow up unless you have horrible traumatizing incidents happen to you at once? I mean, come on, you have to prepare them for the real world, like bills and taxes.
Exactly! That's when the true trauma comes in. That's something I haven't experienced yet.
Actually, did.
Fun stuff. Oh.
You can switch back to yours if you want. I mean, I don't mind.
No, it's fine.
No, seriously.
I'm not doing
I
anything.
think you have more going on than I do right now.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just masking this. I don't even like masking is like the most boring process in my opinion. It's because it's just so tedious. You're literally just sitting there going by frame by frame by frame by frame.
Like yeah, and I mean like it's like super easy, but when it comes to Sinbad, it's kind of like I have to luma key his hair, and it's just like this whole process of I swear like a third of my time is like masking the man.
Layers, damn it, so many layers.
Seriously.
I don't like masking Sinbad. And yet I mask him all the time.
What?
I said I don't like masking Sinbad, and yet I mask him all the time.
Your fault. Our fault for doing the ship. What you gonna do about
it? It's like, but at the same time, I have no regrets. I say it a cheesy superhero pose. Wow, you have a really I don't want to sound mean, but you have like a really old version of After Effects.
I know, but it's the only version that works.
I had that version, but then my computer crashed, and then I had to get a new one.
Speaking of working on a dinosaur of computer, my Final Cut is like super old.
Yeah, you know what? I noticed that in the sense of just because I've seen other editors use that version of Final Cut Pro, and I'm like, why does theirs look so much different than mine? And I guess I never thought it was because that they were probably using a different version than me.
Oh yeah, no, you're using a much newer version.
Yeah, I'm using the one from 2014.
Yeah, this is from like 2009.
Oh boy.
Just to give you an idea.
I wasn't even editing in 2009.
A way to make me feel old.
Or maybe when did I started editing in 2010, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, I started around 2008. So I've been my channel's like 10 years old.
But you weren't 8 years old when you started editing either.
Yeah, I was 16, 15.
That's how old I am.
Oh gosh, this doesn't make me feel better.
I'm a baby. Yay, I finished masking this. This was a surprisingly very easy. I said that to mask. Anyways, I don't even remember what I was saying.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. So, I think I started editing like around 2010 or 11, and I was using this thing called Flipshare, which I doubt you have ever heard of.
No, I was a Mac person the whole time.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Well, so okay, first off, it was on this super old computer my parents had. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was like Windows. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was. It was a Windows computer.
I don't envy you.
What?
I do not envy you. Those are horrible.
No. So okay, so my dad had this recording camera called Flipshare. And that's how I edit all my videos. I would record like on the computer screen, or I record with my dolls because that's what I used to do. And I would put it into like the Flipshare like program on the computer, and then I would like edit all the clips together, and then boom, there you go, it's a video. But I didn't have a YouTube account, so they were just kind of sitting there on my thing, and I just basically did it for fun. Well, so then what?
Yeah, as you should. Like, if you don't do it for fun, what's the point?
Yeah. Well, I had been like for literally 2 years, I've been bribing my parents to like get me a YouTube account. I was like begging them. I was like, please, please let me have a YouTube account. So finally they let me.
I left from Princess and the Frog with the whole mascara running down your face and everything.
Yes, yes, that is literally the best description ever. Well, so finally they gave in and they said yes, and what was also good is that at that point my aunt had given me her super old Mac computer, which is not the Mac I have now, but it was a very crappy computer because I had to keep it plugged in 24/7, and if I didn't, it would shut down immediately.
Oh god.
And there goes every saved file I had.
Speed editing makes it all the more exciting. If you're not fast enough, then it becomes a game.
Apparently. So, yeah, it was a horrible computer. But I had it and I loved it to pieces, so it didn't matter to me. But in any case, I got iMovie on it, and that's what I basically had edited with for like such a long time, and that's all it was. And so finally my dad was basically like, you need to get a new computer. And I was like, yeah, I know, I want a new computer. So then I finally got a new computer, but then for Christmas, but then I didn't like put all my stuff on it until like June, just because at that point, so it was like sitting in my room for like 6 months. Just because it was like my old computer, I love it so much, I don't want to part with it.
I think my program froze. Let's just switch back to yours. I need to reset this.
Wait, you did?
Ah, damn it.
Okay. Anyway. So, so then I'm blanking. So I finally gave in, and I like just updated it, and I put in Final Cut Pro, and that's just what I've been using since. So yay, story of my life. And I didn't get After Effects until like, I don't know, year later. I think I got Final Cut Pro in 2013. But I upgraded to the 2014 version. But I got it in 2013, and then I got After Effects in 2014. And then, yeah. Ta-da! There you go, kids. That's, so many editors will be like, oh, I use Windows Movie Maker. I had never had Windows Movie Maker.
Never revived, but I just, from what I've heard about, it was like a real horror show.
Apparently, it's like super old. I would see like, it's like one of those things where I just see it and I'm like, I do not understand how this works, but yeah, it doesn't look good. Just from what I've seen.
Yeah, because like I started on iMovie 6.0, and it's like some of my videos from that era are still there. Like I love Danny Phantom vids, admittedly. And it's just like, that's how I started out. And then I got Final Cut like a Pro around like 2009, and that was like a huge like, holy cow, I could do so much more now.
I'm not restricted anymore.
It's like I'm no longer restricted to just like these, like a single layer. What is this?
Oh, that bothered me so much about oh my god. The worst thing about iMovie to me was the fact that I couldn't layer things. I couldn't layer text. I couldn't layer clips, and it annoyed me so much. And that was like why I was so happy. I literally like because when I was getting my computer reprogrammed, and the guy was the guy who was like teaching me about the computer was also teaching me about Final Cut Pro. And the first thing I literally asked him was like, "Can I layer text?" And he said yes. And I was like, yes.
Wait, you couldn't do that?
What?
Oh yeah. Oh dang, I forgot about that.
So I could.
Because I always had to do like cross-dissolve, export, just do any sort of like something like that, and it took forever.
It did. Oh, adjusting cross-dissolve in iMovie was the worst. Adjusting any of them was the worst because I had to like type in how long I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
The horrors of iMovie haunt me to this day. I say it as it's like the worst program ever. It's not, but it's not good.
Like I was using 6.0, which was even worse than like I think you had like 9 or something.
I don't know what version I had. It was just bad. And it was it's like so differently formatted from Final Cut Pro 2. So like, you know how I have like my clips next to my screen, right? In Final Cut Pro, and like your timeline's on the bottom. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you broke up a little bit there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I was saying like, do you know how your timeline is at the bottom and like your clips are like next to your screen?
Yeah.
Well, it was like, it's so weird because in iMovie's the complete opposite. The bottom was all your clips and your timeline was next to your screen. I'm pretty sure you could have changed that, but I never knew how.
Oh yeah, mine was at the side. I mean, but it was just like I was afraid to like. Because the nice thing about like Final Cut is that it's non-destructive like editing, where it's like you can cut something in the project file and it's still going to be there. But with iMovie is like every time I cut something, it will not join together. So I had like bin library full of like clues got filled up quick.
I know the feeling. Everything was also super unorganized. Honestly, this whole stream could just be me ranting about like just like iMovie was the worst. What was I thinking?
Have to start somewhere. It's like you don't really want a beginner to start straight from Final Cut. It's kind of like everybody begins somewhere.
Yeah, I know that's true, but still.
Oh, now it works. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ah, dang it, there's still something showing. Oh, so you want to know what I rewatched yesterday? Olivia? Oh. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
So do you want to know what I rewatched yesterday?
What did you rewatch?
I rewatched your Across the West audition.
Oh God, it was my first time in Final Cut. I'm like
it's still so good. I still can't get over that man of Jane Darling with Kent's hat. I love that man.
I only had After Effects for about like a really short period of time. I think it was on my like second or third month of it. I was like, should do my first time After Effects, join a contest. Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong.
I mean, it looks fine. It's just I've definitely improved.
Oh no, of course, but I still think it's really good. But my question is like I saw that you got in. Did you like never make an entry or what happened?
It's the same story of what happened with Last Sunset and Trader Within Us. Yes, I did get in, But at that point, that's when Last Sunset opened up, and both me and Princess Starlight were like, let's participate in this contest instead, because there wasn't a lot of entries, and we were like, there was a lot more entries in the Last Sunset contest, and we already kind of figured we were going to work together with the brother-sister subplot, so we're like, yeah, let's just do that.
Oh, I see. Well, cool.
And it was good, and then like during like round round 3 of like Trader with Venice, I basically had to decide, okay, I can't do both contests at once. Like, I tried. It was like, but both weren't really turning out well. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to choose. I can skip one entry, probably still win. And then it was like, no, I can't. There is so much plot. Oh my god.
Darn you, plot. Darn you.
So I was already involved with like the subplot of Nita and the subplot of Aladdin. And I'm like, I can't do a 2-minute video. That would be impossible.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from.
I'm just happy to. And they were really nice about it too over at Last Sunset. They were like, oh, no, we completely understand. Like, your entries are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, wow, I thought you'd be mad. But no, they were very sweet. Everybody was really sweet.
I love editors. They're so nice.
They really are. Like, I haven't really met anybody that was mean.
I haven't either. I've like seen editors kind of like be like, some can be like over dramatic, or some can be like I don't know the word, but maybe I guess opinionated. But you know, so what? So am I. But no, I've never met anybody who was actually mean though. So.
Bullies. Like, I haven't really met any bullies. Like, yeah, I do know that my entries are a bit controversial and all, but it's kind of like, I haven't like had hate mail or anything like that. Thank God. I mean, go figure. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm playing an asshole.
We might after this.
Oh yeah, no, we'll just have a fight. Like, what do you mean the Duke's a bad guy? I thought he was the best character in the series. Fight me.
Fight me, damn it. Literally.
Or maybe, hey, Duke Tadeu was completely right.
Whoopsie-daisies.
Oh, gosh.
Also, your, like, mask of the bird whose name I don't know how to pronounce in the Across the West, like, audition, like, it was, like, so, like, it was, like, that is so unbelievably smooth. Like, how?
Honestly, the trick is basically I've always combined After Effects and Final Cut in terms of that. Like, so, like, the beginning of the bird was, like, After Effects, and then I switched to keying in Final Cut. Because all those feathers drove me insane. And I was like, well, I think it'd be a cool shot.
And then we had
What have I done?
And then we had to do it again for the Trader Within Us, so...
I did not. I swore I would never mask Malibu again. And look what happened.
You had to do it anyways.
Yes. Like, don't worry, it's like Melody, Charming, Nita, and Simmed all have to ride the eagle, and I'm just like, how am I going to pull this off?
See, that's why I didn't. I was lazy and only showed Nita doing it.
I just figured I might as well give it a shot. What was the worst that could happen? And, I mean, I think it turned out pretty okay, but I can see why it was like, oof.
So, a little off topic, but I want your advice. Do you think I should put a shadow under Nita here?
Normally I would say yes, but I actually think it works better without the shadow in this case.
Yeah, I think it looks really good without a shadow, so...
Yeah, because at this point the focal point is on Nita and the coloring, and I think that's what's drawing our attention to it. I don't think you really need a drop shadow there.
Yeah. Yeah, nope, I agree. I just wanted to make sure. Also, I'm super proud of the lighting here. Also, somebody is in the chat. Hello. Hello, Kira.
We make no apologies.
Hello, Kira Edits, and thank you for saying that it looks good. We are.
Oh yeah, we definitely have very different feels for our alley scenes.
Yeah.
You can't resist red lighting. It's like the red lighting is everything.
Red, red, red everywhere. Pretty sure it's a quote.
Well, no, seriously, it's like that in the throne room, and it's just like, it's Well, and the massacre at the beginning of the series of the episode. That's gonna be fun.
Yay!
Blood.
I think it's just red just kind of becomes like the color of just death, anger, and anguish, and
red, the blood of angry men.
Yeah, basically. It's used in a lot. I love it when animated films, like when they put the emphasis on it's anger, it's hate, it's intense. It's like all the scenes are like usually red, and it's always from fire.
Well, I mean, sometimes the classics are classics for a reason.
Like shoot, when you think about it, how many like Disney films have their climax ending with like a red sky or something?
Well, actually, good question. I mean, I guess to be fair, Pocahontas was more pink.
Yeah, but that building up to it was like red.
Oh, true.
So.
Oh, and like lime green.
Yeah, that too. Because reasons. I'm trying to think. I know Bambi had it, like the second one. I don't even remember. Yeah, no, the first and second one. Tarzan had a little bit of it. Hunchback definitely had it. Lion King definitely had it. Not the Little Mermaid. Oh, Aladdin. God, how can I forget? That movie's so saturated. Thinking of like other movies. Yeah, I'd say like most of them. Oh, Moana had a bit of it too. Oh, Toy Story 3. Just pulling all of these out of my ass, like seriously.
Have you ever seen a video that somebody did where it's kind of like they just basically showed spoilers, by the way, sorry, for Toy Story 3. But like they're going towards like the
it's
end
been
of the
out
for thing, and then they cut to the credits.
Wait, what? Say that again?
And she was like crying.
Wait. I think I accidentally talked over you. Wait, so what happened before they cut to the credits?
Basically, they're just showing the toys going down the furnace, and they're all holding hands. It's a really intense moment. and then they cut to the credits.
Oh my god!
And your mother was crying, and it's like, no, it's okay. We just wanted to troll you. Calm down. Here's the real ending.
Me. Oh god, what if we did that for the Trader Within Us?
I'm tempted to do that. I won't say why.
It's just like climax credits.
Magicians don't live happy lives. It's karma.
Karma, damn it.
So much karma.
So much karma. Audio quality sounds like Skype. Why not Discord? I don't have a Discord. That's why. Frankly, I barely know what a Discord is.
Oh, it's basically like it's like Skype, but it's for gamers. So if you're trying to stream or if you're trying to game with somebody else, that's when you use Discord. And in a lot of ways, it is a little bit better than Skype. It's just more people use Skype.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not a gamer, so that's why I don't use Discord.
Oh, same.
Who plays video games? Literally everybody I know but me.
No, too busy editing. It kills our soul and time anyway.
It does.
Oh, it's morning. I can get in. Oh my god, it's already 7 p.m. What have I been doing in my life?
There is no such thing as time.
There's no life? Oh god. Purgatory?
That too. Oh, that has happened to me so many times. It will just be like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, wow, I barely got anything up. Oh shit, it's already midnight.
it could be worse. It's like my poor boyfriend has kind of put up with this, and it's like, and he's amazingly supportive, and I feel bad for him. He's like, Olivia, we have to eat. I haven't seen you all day.
Eating is for the weak.
It's like, gosh, it's like I'm definitely taking a hiatus afterwards. It's like I can't do another RP after this.
Oh, me too. Even my mom is like, you are not doing another roleplay after this. I'm like, trust me, I'm not.
Yeah, no, my reaction I got was like, okay, if you're trying one more RP, I'm throwing your computer out of the window. And I would understand completely why he would do so.
Wouldn't blame if my mom did that. She's threatened to throw my computer.
Give her ideas.
What?
Don't give her ideas.
I won't, trust me. No, my parents are both ready for me to be completely done with this. And you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. So am I. I love this story and these characters, but I kind of want to slack and just do like short videos again.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was so the thing is, I've been editing since November 2017. Like when I first got into Last Sunset, it's been like a nonstop editing Fianza.
That shit started in November 2017. Holy shit.
There's a reason I was completely burnt out by the end of round 4. I think it was pretty obvious that I was like, oh god, I'm tired.
Oh no, trust me, I was too. Like by the end of round 4, I was like, I am done with everything. And then, you know, I finished round 4, and then like a week later, I was like, okay, ready for round 5!
Yeah, and it was like exactly, because we had to start immediately because they gave out the results, and we kind of already knew that we were going through because reasons.
Because yeah,
but
reasons.
And then my hard drive broke, and it's like I had to start everything again. This is not worth it.
It's for the ship, Olivia. Everything is worth it for the ship.
No, I'm glad Sandra gave an extension, because otherwise I would have had to quit.
Well, yeah, thank God she's lenient.
Super nice.
Yeah.
I promised her epic tribute, so we have to give her an epic tribute. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Yeah, Sandra definitely, I won't really go into it, but she's definitely given me her own complaints about kind of how everything works in Miss Disney.
Oh, you're harsh. You're super harsh when it was the it feels like.
Yeah, no, she definitely gave me like a recent complaint about something they said on their Tumblr, but like I said, I really won't get into specifics because reasons.
No, if it's private, it's private.
Yeah, but essentially, but yeah, essentially, like the reason she gave me of like why she wasn't too happy with Miss Disney at the time was like the reason why she tended to like lighten up with the Traitor Within Us more. And basically she just came to like the conclusion like it's just the hobby. We do this stuff for fun, even if we like put blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what is wrong with us?
Yeah, dedication. I mean, it's a good story. It's like you get attached to the characters. It makes complete sense. It's like I want to see them have a happy ending. Damn it.
Shh! Don't tell the audience that though. They don't know if they're getting a happy ending.
I don't know either. Okay. I have no idea what you're planning for like the results.
Nothing's happy. Everything is sad. Everybody dies.
Rocks fall. God damn it, Sinbad.
Damn it, Sinbad, not again.
Stop killing your friends.
And yourself.
I feel so bad.
What are we doing?
For the record, to anybody watching, none of it was deliberate.
What are we doing to this poor man?
Oh, horrible things. I'm not nice to this man at all.
I'm not nice to Nita. I feel
never.
Just feel bad. I can't say anything else.
But I realize, are we?
What?
Oh, you asked about what we're talking about. You want to ask what, like, somebody just asked about what those.
Haha. Well, it depends on which contest you're speaking of. We're talking about 2, or 3, or 4.
Surprise.
Well, we are in this role-playing contest called The Traitor Within Us. She plays Sinbad.
Goddamn legend.
And I play Nita. And you can find like the playlist on the host website, on the host channel, which is Keandra, or you can find the playlist of our entries on our own channels, which I should definitely put in the link in this stream afterwards. So
like, definitely, like, Kira's definitely just for like the whole story, because a lot of us are involved in like a lot of other people's plots.
Yeah.
But this is like the final. It's like we're the last 2. And that's a
What did you say? You cut out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're basically, like, right now we're like editing like the finale. And all that jazz. I'm gonna switch back to you. I've been editing with me for a while. That made no sense coming out of my mouth.
I guess I can give the premise of The Traitor Within Us, if that's what you were asking about.
Yeah, go for it. I don't mind.
So essentially, they're in a medieval-style kingdom located in pseudo-France. And about 100 years ago, there was this huge war between like magicians, who are people who can use magic, and non-magicians. And this was all orchestrated by the king, who had ordered like the death of all the magicians. And so they were killing each other, and the non-magicians won. And so only one known magic user survived.
Yay, mass genocide.
Oh yeah, no, all the best plots start genocide. And so when Tullio, and basically for the additions, like, we found out that Tullio is slated for execution for murdering the king. And so when he gets to the execution stage, it's like he splits the soul into a lot of parts, and they all go into all sorts of like citizens, like all these random citizens. And the thing is like, okay, we have to kill them all before magic spreads again. And so there was only 10 survivors from that resultant massacre. And those 10 contestants are basically each of our characters, like Aladdin, Jane. I mean, they all survived and met up in the woods. And so there's 5 rounds, and it was done on a point system. So every time the round finished, after a month, 2 people would be killed off, like literally killed off. And so we've gone from 10 to 2, and basically Sinbad and Anita are the last survivors of this whole ordeal. And they happen to be a couple now, so it's like
well, okay, no, let's be fair. We have been orchestrating for them to be in a romantic relationship before we even thought we were going to be the last ones.
So you asked about how so you're talking about how the Sinbad-Anita ship worked. Essentially, do you mind if I tell this one?
Wait, I want to read the question first. The Sinbad-Anita ship
in contest.
Planned from round 1. Oh, it's asking, was it planned for round 1, or was it people shipping them that fell in love? You can tell them. Go for it.
So, kind of yes. And so essentially what happened was that during round 1, we had already known that Sinbad was going to use magic, right?
Yeah.
And when I was in the bus, I was already planning for round 2. And I had this idea that there was going to be an argument between Nita and Sinbad about his use of magic, because I noticed that in WCR's audition that they treat magic like a tool, and Sinbad and Tullio in his culture regards it as something that people are, magicians. So I wanted a cultural argument of Nita saying, "You used magic. What were you thinking? Could have corrupted you." And Sinbad going, "This is who we are now. I had to use magic." And so when I approached with that idea of, hey, we should have this argument, and the more we scripted it out together, because I already had like this idea of how I want the script to go, the more we're like, this actually kind of works. And we talked to the main chat, and they were like, ship. I was like, okay, I guess that's a thing now. So it's actually everyone's fault.
So when you think about it, it's everybody's fault. Well,
No.
Well, from my point of view,
yeah, go ahead.
From my point of view of this story, it's essentially that you came to me and wanted them to have an argument about Sinbad uses his magic and their difference on culture, and but I don't remember like who specifically said, what if we made this into like a romantic thing? I legitimately don't remember. I don't remember if we talked to the chat first, or if you said, what if we made this a romantic thing, or if I said something. I don't remember how it exactly came to that, but it did basically start with you coming to me and saying we should do a cultural argument between the two, and I was like, that sounds amazing. I love that idea. And then basically, I guess I'll just kind of continue on from here, because it basically just grew from there, because by the end of round one, when we decided we wanted this cultural argument, we had then decided that, okay, I think we're going to make these two a couple in the inevitable future if we both make it to future rounds. So when we made it to round two, we not only made it our mission to do that cultural argument, but to then make it our mission to start building up their romance, because, well, we didn't know how long either of us were going to last, A, and B, we thought it would be good if maybe after the whole argument and the whole deaths, that maybe like the two would start to kind of coincide with I don't know how to pronounce things.
Well, basically, it's all kindred spirits in each other, because they both survived the massacre. Like, I already had a Sinbad looking at her when she's giving her story, because he's like,
yes, Liv. What happened?
Basically, making a character development moment for both of them, like bouncing off each other, growing from each other in a way.
Okay, you briefly cut out. It's fine though. What she said. Yeah, and well, then we I think just kind of after round two, we kind of lost our minds from there, because, well, round three, when Sinbad had set the ship on fire, I swear I've told people this in private, but I don't think I've ever told the public. You guys have no idea how much we rewrote that intro scene of round three, especially between Nita and Sinbad. We were going to change so many things.
Oh yeah, no, it's something I've learned from last time, so you can't really plan ahead, because then you get thrown a curveball. And round three was a huge bloody curveball with Tulio and everything.
It was, but it was like that and like so many other things, because like first it was that, but then it was just, I don't know. I think it was, I don't know. I don't exactly remember what changed my mind to make Nita more sympathetic, I guess, towards Sinbad, and decide to not get super duper pissed at him. Also, but I think
I don't remember what it was. Essentially, what was going to happen was that so the thing is that Sinbad blew up the ship in round two because Tulio essentially screwed up his mind, like brought him back to the most horrible moment of his life, in order to make him get set on fire because of loss of control, and it blew up the ship. And so I think Nita was going to be like, how could you have let this happen?
Yeah, that's exactly what was going to happen. She was going to get super pissed off at him, and she even kind of had this quote where if Sinbad had told her that he's been seeing Tulio, she would have said, he bribed me and told me I could have whatever I want, but at least I wasn't foolish enough to trust him. It was something like that, I believe.
which wasn't quite fair to Sinbad, and it's like, I am glad we changed the direction.
I am too, and it also, I don't think it made sense because we were always gonna plan that, and we were always gonna have, like, no matter what was going to happen in the beginning, we were always gonna have that inedible beach scene where the two would sit and talk, and then she would share her feelings. And I don't think it would have worked if she had started out the round by completely snapping at him, and to only later then be like, hey, so I'm going to share my life story with you.
Because he's already isolated and everything. And it's like, thing is, it's obvious that he's blaming himself for this incident. It's kind of like, and it's so when we wrote the script together, and basically the way we wrote the beach scene was that we basically did a text art paper. It's like you were writing Nita scenes, and I was writing Sinbad's lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a lot better that way. Just kind of had that spontaneous feeling, I guess.
Yeah, no, it definitely did work a lot better because I've told you this before, but I wrote in like a text RP thing with friends for a while, and then sometimes like a lot of our like best lines came from that, just came from like improv and just playing off each other's characters from like what we know best. So, and it definitely worked in the concept that I don't think it would have worked if I wrote Sinbad's lines and you wrote.
No, because he's because he's, well, for one thing, my character. It's kind of like we would have had to like collaborate on it no matter what happened, especially for such an important scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I always had this idea that he was going to confess his feelings by accident. It's like he goes on to this kind of like saying he's admiring about her, and then he pauses, and it's like, oh crap. I did not. It's like just realizing, oh crap, I have these feelings for this woman.
Oh shit, I have feelings.
Like because beforehand it's like it's he's never had romantic feelings. He's definitely been in relationships before, but nothing about this emotional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I totally, yeah, so, you know, and then there was, so do you want to, well, first off, hi, Bella, sorry. Second off, do you want to say how we were originally going to have Nita say her feelings?
I don't remember, honestly.
I do. I actually remember pretty well. That's actually something I do remember, surprisingly.
Go ahead, then.
So that whole ordeal on the volcano, when Nita was like, no, I can't lose you too, that was never supposed. That was not what we were originally going to do. Originally, what we were going to do is we would have Nita reveal her feelings straight up on the beach. Like, she was going to say something and, like, stop herself, and then Sinbad was like, okay, fine, whatever, I get it. Basically,
oh, yeah!
Basically, he's like, this is a stupid idea, I shouldn't have never said anything. And she goes, no, wait, I do have feelings for you, but it's, like, complicated. And I think at one point we were considering having, like, an almost kiss.
We did, actually. And then it was like, and then Kita shows up with the news. Hey, Melody's missing.
Yeah. And I almost, and I wanted, and, like, I wasn't against the almost kissing thing, but I liked the idea of, like, Nita having feelings for him, but just, like, repressing it so much that she doesn't reveal them until, I mean, you know, he's about to go off and die. Not literally.
Oh, no. That poor woman. Oh, she's definitely fell for the most reckless man. It's like, it's a miracle.
It's a miracle he's lived at all.
Sorry, it amuses me. I can't lose you too, and just like, okay, I took Kata to save my cousin. Bye. What?
Dead. No, JK, he lives.
Can you imagine?
If he did, oh god, no, that would have been horrible.
It would have been hilarious in a horrible sort of way. Yeah, she could never love again.
Sorry, Nita, you're not allowed to have feelings. The writers won't let you.
I mean, that did nearly happen. I did nearly drop out. I did come really close to dropping out of round 3 because of personal life issues. I'll be honest.
Oh, no, I believe you told me that. And I'm glad you didn't.
Oh yeah, no, so am I. But it was just like there was so much going on. It was kind of like Jesus. But
Yeah.
for the ship, so I just yeah.
Yay, the ship. Oh, and then we get to but to wrap up the whole thing in round 3, I thought it was better if she kind of dispersed her feelings out during the volcano, because that was just kind of a what better way to reveal your feelings when just right at the moment when you feel like you're going to lose that person. These two have the worst timing, I swear.
I made a joke about like it's like yeah, your video is kind of like he's like we have to go now, and like in my video it was kind of more like processing what you just said was like. I mean, I was making that joke at when we were planning where it's kind of like this is horrible timing. It's like poor Aladdin's like about to be killed, and then round 4 came, and I was like, oh god, I should keep my mouth shut.
Worst timing. Oh, speaking of round 4, how many Sunita scenes did we have in that?
Honestly, that wasn't even all of them. We had more planned.
Oh, we didn't. You're right. What was the other one we were going to use? There was one that we had, but we didn't end up using. But I forget which.
The creation of the Dark Totem.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what it was. I didn't even get to show him giving it. I didn't even get a chance to show him giving her the totem, which I wish I did, but whatever.
Oh, you had it fine though. You had like his face superimposed the like the thing is we didn't want to repeat each other like we did a few times. So it's like I felt it was important to have those scenes separated to keep the videos different.
Yeah,
but you still got the points.
Yeah, so no, I agree. I think it was good on our part. Changing it around a bit and splitting our scenes. So I think that was good. But God, we had so many. So let's see. There's him talking to her while she's asleep. There's the lake.
Yeah.
There's the totem, the creation of the totem. Then there's him giving her the totem. And then there's the devil kissing scene. So that's 5.
Oh, and the jail.
And that too. If you, well, wait, would the kissing in jail be technically the same thing?
Oh, I count it.
So it'd still be 5 then. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you just also did a song scene. Kinda,
sorta. I mean, that I think.
Not really.
I mean, it's like not deliberately. Oh, hello, Maria.
Oh, horrible things.
We are doing horrific things. And Maria, we are telling you our secrets. We're telling you our whole process of how Sunita came to be.
And what I am proud about this round is kind of like it was basically my fear because the thing is, let's be honest, you're a much faster editor than I am.
I think I'm a much faster editor than most people.
That my video would repeat yours, but I think we have in such a way that I'm glad that we actually managed to make it. Well, we found a solution. They are very different feels.
Yeah. No, we definitely
territory. I'm happy about how we split it.
Yeah, me too. I think when we were like planning that climax, we definitely hit like a few roadblocks because we're like, wait, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do that? And it was just sorry about that, Maria. So it was just so I'm glad that we ended up coming to a conclusion of how we were going to split it, and I think we split it in a good way. So yeah, that's my way of phrasing it without spoiling anything.
That's gonna happen a lot. Yeah, without spoiling anything, we're happy about this vague thing.
Yeah, there's a thing that happens at the end, and we're like both actually pretty proud of it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm super excited. Like, it's gonna be really fun.
Well, not for them, but it would be fun for us.
It'll be fun for me. I'm a sadist. That's not obvious. Well, I mean, I guess you're a sadist too.
Maria said there better be a climax. Oh, there will. There will definitely be a climax. You don't have to worry. What? What are you laughing about?
Sorry. Oh my god, the pun. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No! Not the... Oh, yeah. I know exactly what pun you're thinking of.
Hey, that emoticon.
Damn it, Olivia. It's the worst. It's the cruelest pun ever.
Oh, I'm sorry I can't say that particular pun. Yeah, no, you don't know, but I've been torturing her with all sorts of, like, horrible jokes, and she's like, stop, and I'm like, oh, it's really just started.
And we can't tell, and she can't torture anybody else with it because it's a secret.
It makes me sad.
Makes me sad, because then I have to suffer through it. When you're evil. All them innuendos. They're not innuendos. Maria, stop. Get your mind out of the gutter.
No, my jokes are pretty clean.
They're clean.
And violent and clean.
They're just cruel.
Oh my gosh, you're on mine. Oh crap. You should have warned me.
No, what? Are you editing something that's spoilery?
No. Maybe. No.
I don't know. Well, you have the totem, so.
Well, I guess to be fair, this is a very interesting opportunity. You have seen our alley scene, and it's kind of different from my feel. It's like
I don't show the totem in the alley scene.
Yeah, I do, just because I kind of like the symbolism of her looking at it. It's kind of like we have to keep going, and so she looks at it as kind of like that visual reminder.
I like that. No, I think that's good.
Yeah. So basically a lot of red lighting, shadows, yada yada.
Yada yada.
Spoiler here. This was going to happen. But yeah, I guess that is the way I operate. It's like I do a lot of my dialogue while I block, so that way I can get the facial expressions down. Because I can't really work in a void. It's like I think you focus on After Effects a lot more than I do. I do most of my stuff in Final Cut.
Yeah, see, I just do that because I'm not used to doing all this keying and everything in Final Cut. It's just never how I had it. I've done all my effects in After Effects, so it's easier to work my way around. I'll briefly go back to me, just so people can see how. Because I
figure myself to show the general aesthetic. Oh, thank you.
So
I'm putting a lot more effort into this round because I didn't really do any lighting in round 4 because time. Oh, thank you. So it's definitely a lot more aesthetic based from this round. A lot more editing effort, I guess, in my part.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm like just so in love with the lighting you have in that alleyway scene. I just think it looks so good.
Oh, thank you.
It's so pretty. Yeah, I'm actually editing this. Just so you guys know, I'm actually editing like the same scene right now. But obviously, it's gonna look different than hers. I also have different backgrounds.
Which I think, because it's like I noticed during the whole feedback vid, like Sandra had a feedback video, right, where she was asking people what could be improved, and some of the comments were basically just a lot of the videos look the same because of the same plot points, and so it's something I wanted to take into account when we were making this round. And as I said, I think we worked it out.
Yeah, I'd say we worked it out just fine. But I think also another thing too is just that I'm blanking on words again. I mean, I think that's just kind of what you get, but I think the advantage is that the fact that we all kind of have like different subplots and stuff like that. So we try not to make all of our videos look exactly the same, but if you're editing with the same characters in the same setting and like the same dialogue, then yeah, you're just gonna naturally fall into that trap, which we had to try and escape in round 5, especially since round 5 was heavily on us. We entirely wrote 2 scenes by ourselves, and they take up big portions of the video, which would be the climax and the tavern.
And even then, it's like my throne scene's kind of different from hers as well. It's kind of like, I think you've noticed that you've only got like the Duke Tulio, and then you got like a number Tulio. Whereas in mine, I'd say I just basically have like 3 Tulios, right? I have like Sinbad's Tulio, your Tulio, and the Duke Tulio, because I kind of wanted to show a difference between all of them, kind of like this fractured personality in a way.
No, and I love that. I think that's great. But in my perspective, I kind of wanted to go through how Nita sees it, and the fact that she sees the Tulio that is from her and Sinbad as a completely separate entity from Duke's Tulio. So no, and it works, and it's great that we're showing that. But I just decided not to do that for my own personal reasons.
I can't blame you. I've got like 150 Master Tulio. It's like, that was the advantage of playing Tulio in Last Sunset, is that I've kept all my masks, and it's absolutely insane. So yeah, I have that time cutting measure if need be.
Yeah.
I am gonna be doing a masking giveaway at the end of the contest though, of like,
thank God. I'm gonna be using all of them.
I'm just gonna give it all away. It's kind of like a thank you for 4,000 subs and following me to do this crazy, insane thing. So just watch out for that around April.
That will be nice, because I need so many Sinbad masks.
Oh, and I guess there's another question, like basically about the original concepts.
Yeah, I saw what were some of the original concepts that were on the cutting room floor from the audition. Jeez, wow. Oh, I can think of a few. Do you want to go first?
Sure, because, okay, so basically my concept for Sinbad was very, very different. So at the time I was working 3 jobs. Like, I was teaching a film class, I was doing my retail job, and I think I was doing something else. I forgot what. Oh yeah, I was doing a commission. And so my original concept for Sinbad was that basically he was the son of a man who would hunt down magicians, who would like anybody who's suspected of being a magic user, he would shoot them or imprison them or stuff like that. Because I had forgotten that line where Tulio was the only one, right? So I forgot to read that. And so when I asked Sandra about this on a PM, she's like, yeah, you can't really have that happen because he was the only one. And I'm like, oh, crap, okay. And so I completely reworked the concept where essentially he's a con artist, a literal con artist, who just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And like my edition was very different as well, because it was like, the thing was, we each had 2 weeks, but my hard drive crashed, so I literally went from 2 weeks to 3 days. And so I had all my masks, and it was like, okay, so I was going to do a lot more about the orphanage and why he started painting and all that, and like a little more about Esmeralda. Back Esme was supposed to be there a lot sooner, but I decided to like do a different story with her. But in the end, it's like, okay, basics, con artist, go, and then just basically grew the character from there.
All right, so on my end, where do I start? All right, so first,
and hilariously, the Colonel was going to be his father.
Irony, am I right? Okay, so
I know.
That's not what I wanted. All right, so on my end, oh geez, where do I start? So the same thing actually happened to me, where I missed the thing of Tulio not being the last one. Well, but I missed the part where you couldn't make any character in your backstory a magician unless they were like a great grandparent or a grandparent or something like that. So I had missed that. So Cocoam was originally supposed to be a magic user, and that's why he died. So that gravestone that you see in my audition video that says Cocoam, I cropped that. The actual whole image says Cocoam magic user. And I decided, all I had to do was change that at the last minute and just kind of rewrote it as like, oh, they use magical objects. So that ended up, and there weren't originally supposed to be like magic objects at all. Cocoam was just supposed to be a magic user, but of course I couldn't do that. So that had to end up on the cutting room floor. And I had always planned for there to be a lord of some sort that was going to find Nita's tribe and and stuff like that, and tell the king and have them murder them all. Well, my first thought process was because I saw the Iridescence audition video with Dimitri, and in her description, she had how Dimitri was like this lord who like despised all magicians and stuff like that. So if she had got in along with me, I would have asked her if she wanted to collaborate in that and basically have Dimitri be the lord who
oh my god,
led way to, which would then basically make like there was no friendship. Dimitri was just a dick.
I love the irony of it though too. It's like that would have been beautiful.
Actually, that would have. So that was definitely something I was considering, but of course she didn't get in, so I had to recast. So I had to basically change what I wanted for who to be the lord and stuff like that. But that was always my plan. My plan was always for there to be a lord that had come in and found out about Nita's tribe and told the king who was going to be that lord and what his relationship was going to be with Nita. I hadn't known at that point, but that was always the plan. Now, something else that also ended up on the cutting floor, for a while, I was considering Little Creek to be like Nita's childhood friend, and that was going to be who's died. There wasn't going to be Pocahontas. She wasn't going to have a sibling. She would have been an only child, and like Little Creek would have been like her friend that also died. And I decided to erase that in the sense of this sounds horrible. I didn't think it was traumatizing enough.
Sorry.
I think I mean I know it's so horrible, but that's legitimately what I thought. I was like, I don't think that would be that bad though. In a
the woman has to suffer more.
Yeah, so originally Pocahontas' role was going to be Little Creek, and Little Creek wasn't supposed to be Nita's sibling, he was supposed to be her friend. But I decided to go the sibling route just because I thought it would have been, I guess in a sense, a more crueler fate. And just, like I said, more traumatizing. Why I picked Pocahontas? Oh, I know why. I picked her because she was just like another native with a ton of screen time. Yeah, there aren't a lot of native characters in animation, and frankly, the ones that are in animation just don't have low screen time. Pocahontas was just the one who had the most amount of screen time for me, and that was just what I could use. So that just came in handy for me. But there you go. Maria said something. I'm so glad it was a sibling. It meant that it made it sad she died. But yeah, I agree. Family is. Oh, I mean, it's sad she died, but I agree. Family is more traumatizing. Yeah, that's basically my thought process. It's a horrible thought process, but it's a thought process.
I guess speaking of like family, there was a rather funny thing that happened with the whole Ali Kasim thing about how that came about.
Yeah, you know what? Because you two were probably not planning that at all, so I want to know how that came about.
So yeah, it was true. We didn't exactly plan for like Sinbad and Aladdin to be cousins at the time, which I actually think kind of works better that way anyway. So during like round one, I guess around round two, I forget which. I think it was like around the end of round one. Ariel and I both kind of realized we were using the same character for like their respective fathers. Like we're using Cassim for Aladdin's father and Cassim for my character, and so we were like, let's actually play with that because yeah, it's kind of a coincidence. It's a hilarious coincidence. And I had already like been like putting Ellie in red clothes because I kind of wanted to show that connection between him and Sinbad better with the red coating. And so we're like, okay, let's go ahead and make them. Well, they're not going to be brothers because that's way too much of a coincidence. Like, could you imagine? Let's just make them cousins, make them twins, and maybe there's this whole story behind that. And so we actually put a lot of time and effort into figuring out what that backstory was during that moment. And so that's still being like, that's basically my end of the story is gonna be finished up this round because I feel like I do need to wrap it up. Like, yeah, you had the mountain scene of Aladdin, but I feel like I do need to finish up that story with Ali.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Kind of hilarious. Like, well, crap, we use the same character. Let's just play with it.
Yeah.
When I say it out loud, it sounds bad, but as I said, we did actually put a few days afterwards into figuring out how to work off from that.
I do think it would have been interesting to see what it would. I mean, you're right. It would have been way too much of a coincidence, and I don't think you should have gone that route. But I can't say I am not a little bit curious in what would have happened if you did make Sinbad and Aladdin siblings.
Well,
like I can't say I'm not curious.
I could see it being Cassim surviving the massacre, but like Sinbad's gone, so he assumes he's dead or something, and then just starting off anew from that. I guess that would have been really horribly tragic as well.
But it's like, isn't that like
white work?
I don't mean to cut you off, but isn't that like what happened like in the movie? Because if I remember correctly, I remember Cassim saying like I went home and I couldn't find my wife or my son.
You know, I hadn't actually seen the film at the time. I was purely just going by visuals. Oh. It's like, oh, like Cassim and Sinbad look alike. Let's just use him for the addition. I never intended to go back into that until round 2, where it's like, hey, yeah, the Colonel's back, and he's the same guy who murdered Sinbad's father, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, holy crap.
I found it. No. Sandra just said she forgot, but I did kind of find it funny. It was like the Colonel was used in Wolf Spirit's audition, so you can use it to your advantage. And I was like, wait, but he was in mine too.
I kind of like the idea that he is a mercenary of sorts, or he is hired to like do these horrible deeds, but he's such a I think it worked.
I think it did too. And yeah, he's a mercenary that definitely deserved to die.
Oh yeah, no regrets about him dying on the ship.
No, me neither. I mean, I guess in a way, I'm like, oh well, if he lived, we could have expanded it a lot more. But then the other part of me is just like, nah, no, dude deserved to die. Let him die. The horrible person.
Yeah, he basically threatened me, and I don't know. I did intend it for it to be a death scene, yes. I just left it deliberately ambiguous.
But now we're gonna bring it up again. Yay! Briefly, in my video.
Because it has to happen. Oh no, I have to bring it up in mine too.
Oh.
It's actually kind of a key point. It's actually kind of a key discussion point, which I won't go into.
Okay.
Which was meant to go into round 4, but I ran out of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, no Colonel will be brought up in my video too.
Yeah, so, well, overall, just to let you guys know, the Colonel will be brought up again. I mean, we needed to bring him up at some point. Just because we knew, like, he's such a big impact on both these characters, and then he's just gonna die, and then they're not gonna bring it up ever again?
Well, I mean, I guess in Nita's case, it's fair. It's kind of like she does have to process that this man who ruined her life is dead, whereas in Sinbad's case, it's kind of like he was kind of the linchpin for him losing control of the ship. Like, he does have to figure out what the hell happened. So I was going to do that confrontation between TTWU about what happened there earlier, but then it's like, as I said, a lot of stuff happened to me, so I couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to come up in round 5 in some capacity. Without going to spoilers.
Yeah, so definitely something, I mean, we were going to bring up the Colonel back in round 3, but as I mentioned earlier, like so many things in round 3 were rewritten, and we just had to change a bunch of things and just stuff like that. So, fun times.
And it was a lot of story we had to cover for like the main plot with Tulio and Ruber and everything too.
Yeah,
had to balance that.
Basically that. Just because of everything with Tulio and Ruber, it was just no, it wasn't.
But we were so certain it was gonna be Ruber who's gonna be like the final villain.
We were so sure. I was like planning out lines and everything. I'm like, it's gotta be Ruber. It's gotta be Ruber. And the fact that you made the joke that like, oh, he's possessing the Duke, and I'm like, yeah, right. He'd be like possessing Gaston or something. Why would he take such a weenie guy like the Duke, and then it ends up being the Duke, and not only that, it ends up being Tulio. So I am like, shh, I know nothing.
I was kidding about the Duke being possessed.
I know you were, but I still can't believe you were technically right.
Go figure. And actually, I kind of like that it is like Tulio who's like the main bad guy here too, because like Ruber becomes that contrasting point. He becomes the guy he thought who killed his family, and he becomes exactly. It's poetic.
It is poetic, and I actually, a part of me actually does. Like, kind of looking back, I actually do like the fact that Tulio is basically just it's like we weren't technically wrong because Tulio is basically Ruber now. Like, even though it's not Ruber, it's Tulio, it's still a form of Tulio. Better. Or, I guess, what? So, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you don't know what you're going to expect. So, yeah.
Honestly, I thought Gaston was going to have a big role as well. Like, I was pretty sure that he was the one that Ruber was going to possess or something.
Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with thinking that because I had thought, well, okay, so my two theories were this. I was like, all right, so Gaston is either working with somebody who has magic or he has magic himself and is therefore possessed by Ruber. And, well, so I wasn't wrong. He is working with somebody with magic, the Duke, but it definitely was one of those things where I was like so sure that not only was it going to be Gaston, or sorry, Ruber, I thought it was going to be Ruber as Gaston, and I had come up with so many things that it's like do you know that that meme of like that guy with who looks like a mess and he has like that like wall, that board, and it shows like him like with like red string like being attached to so many papers. Like, do you know that meme?
I actually don't.
Let me look it up. No, because I know what I'm talking about.
I'm just old. I'm an old lady.
Wait, I'm gonna look this shit up real quick. Meme of guy with Blitzen board. I probably spelled Blitzen wrong, but whatever.
And for the record, yes, I speak very fast. If I am speaking way too fast, feel free to tell me. It's a bad habit. I also ramble way too much.
I found it! This is it! This meme. You see it?
Oh my god.
That was me. That was basically me. Like throughout the entire time, like I was just like I had this whole theory plotted out of how this all connects. Like, and this connects to here, and this connects to here, and this connects to here. And
you were scripting it and everything. It was like, and I was like, Meg, wait, we don't know yet.
Oh, that's the saddest part. I was scripting it. I was
like, I'm just gonna.
I wasn't full on scripting it. Like I wasn't like, but I was like jotting down like lines that I wanted.
Sequences.
That's true.
And I was kind of the opinion of like whatever comes. I'm just gonna wait and focus. I guess to be fair, you were finished at that time though.
Well, I think yeah, No, I think that was why. I was, like, so impatient that I was just willing to believe anything.
You never enter like a murder mystery where it's kind of like you're just like that person did it, and some poor person gets set on fire. Oops.
Oh.
Which was a total Last Sunset joke, by the way. We were all joking about how like it was this lady. It was like Tweed who was like killing all the people. And Tweed had struck by like a witch.
Oh shit! Are you kidding me?
I was prepared to do like a crack video where everybody's like around a stake. It would have been amazing.
That actually does sound amazing. But then, nope. Everybody died, and it ended up being a supernatural force, so.
Which I did not see coming.
You didn't see it coming of being like the Red Horn King, or?
No, I thought it was going to be Thrax. Because as soon as we suspected it was like a supernatural thing, because, you know, they're all stuck in the village, Tulio tried to get out in round 1. And it was like, no, it was like the Horn King. I'm like, well, holy cow.
I do think Thrax...
But shocked me more. Yeah, I think wrong.
If I'm going to be honest, I think Thrax would be a better choice.
I was just going off by the original, like, announcement video.
Was he in the announcement video? Wait a minute, hold on, let me look this up.
It looked like his silhouette. I was guessing.
I'm gonna see this for myself.
I thought I was being clever. I'm not very clever.
We all think we're being clever at one point or another.
But I can see why he did the Horn King, though. It is that kind of satanic more of a satanic looking figure. A lot more inhuman.
The Horn King? Yeah, I can see that.
But I also didn't predict him having Tulio and Belle shoot each other. I was like, okay, hell no.
Okay, wait, I need to look this up.
And I won't lie, me not doing the final was kind of me trying to metagame to have Belle live. Because there was no way in heck that Tulio was going to survive if Belle died. It was like, they went so, like, because Belle looked for him. The only reason Belle's there is because that he got lost in the first place. He would not be able to survive the guild. And so when the winner announcements came out, I was like, I have to do an epilogue now. I can't let this stand.
I will not let this stand. Also, I keep thinking that silhouette looks like Milo. I'm not going to lie.
You don't like that video with Milo in the Death Note kind of thing?
No, I love that video, but I'm saying that silhouette looks a lot like. I'm saying that silhouette looks like. I keep thinking that silhouette is Milo. I don't know why. Maybe like he composited it. Maybe it's like a body, and it's like that's Thrax's hand. I don't know.
It's very effective. I mean, I said that I was trying to guess.
I mean, like I like the Horn King as. Like,
oh no, definitely.
I like the I thought it was cool, but
I said I kind of learned from that not to like start guessing ahead of time. Like as soon as we got in Trader Within, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go with the flow. if I plan ahead, it's just for the subplots.
See, okay, well now I learned my lesson because this was my first roleplay ever, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like guess everything and see if I get everything right. Nope.
And you're back.
That did not happen. At all.
Oh, none of us predicted Tulio being a good guy. I mean, I was humanizing him during the ship scene, yeah. It's like, I didn't... Like, the thing about that was that, I knew that I know the judge wrote in the description, Tulio cast a flower spell in order to kill the contestants. But I didn't want to do a straight up, I'm going to betray you, mwahahaha. Because the whole point was in round 1 was that Tulio was trying to trick them into using magic, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying to theorize that basically the more somebody used magic, the more likely Tulio would slowly take over personality-wise, which is what I think happened to the Duke.
I think that's exactly what happened.
When I was talking to my boyfriend, who helps me write Tulio, it's like, we agreed, what if we went to the whole memory thing, where it's like Tulio was trying to force him out to use magic to kill the Colonel by forcing him to relive the massacre. And then the idea was Tulio does this and is traumatized himself. It's kind of like he's reliving his own kind of like horrible thing, and he's like, why? And that's pretty much what sets Sinbad off at the fire, where Tulio's like, you have to do this. You have to have justice. You have to kill him.
Yay, death.
And yeah, so it was just like, but again, none of us knew that Tulio was going to be a good guy, that he was going to be this human figure. So it was just kind of this coincidence.
Yeah, no, I'd get it. And I do think he went the good route of kind of Tulio flipping out while he was giving Sinbad the vision. Because, look, if I was writing that scene, that would have gone completely differently. I would have totally had Tulio be, like, the hammy villain.
No, because that was the thing. It's because it was only round 2, and it's like, I didn't want to have Tulio be, well, haha, evil, I'm going to betray you, because they're still stuck together. It's like, so in that case, why not have Sinbad do it in such a way that Sinbad blames himself? And Tulio's like, well, your problem is you're not using magic enough. That's why you lost control. Let me help you. A toxic friend.
Yeah, that's a toxic friend, all right. Yeah, no, I think you did good on that, because I think everybody else was just basically like, nah, y'all, he's a villain. Well, I guess, maybe? No, I don't know. I didn't humanize him, but I showed kind of like this side of Tulio that was trying to sympathize with Nita. He's a mass manipulator. That's what he does. And Nita almost buys into it. But I also was kind of villainizing him in the sense of, A, writing villains is like just really fun. But B, because Nita sees Tulio as this villain and as this like horrible person. So of course, when he manipulates her, she's just gonna see him as that. So I don't know. I kind of have like a weird point of view thing going on.
I think in her case it made sense because she was tricked by Miguel, so of course she'd be suspicious. Like I was in round 1, I was kind of whole like I'm a part of you thing, because Sinbad would not trust anybody but himself, and he probably wouldn't have believed Tulio before for the whole name drop thing, because he had not heard or even thought about the name for years, and for Tulio to go drop the name is kind of like, okay, maybe you are a part of me, and maybe you are a part of my magic personified, and oh hell yeah, I'm using magic against a bear.
Yay, bear fighting! No, whoops, they're dead now. Yeah, so, wow, coming back to round 1 is like so reeling, because you're just simply sitting there like, wow, can you believe we wrote all this? How things have changed,
Character development.
Yay, also Maria said something. Actually, weren't we all RB newbie, roleplay newbies in the Trade with Dennis? I mean, I was. That you'll have to discuss with Olivia, because she's technically been in one, so.
As I said, I did low-key drop out of Last Sunset, so this was my second RP. But I definitely learned a lot from both. There is a lot of things I would do a lot differently if I were to redo this. There's a lot of subplots I did not develop well enough, I feel. So I'm trying, like, at this point, it's like stuff I was supposed to explore more in round 3 and round 4 got paused because because real life kind of intervened a little bit.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be nearly as ambitious next time.
Yeah.
It's probably why round 5 is going to take me a while, because it's like there's a lot of stuff I need to close threads on, especially with the whole what was going on at Phoebeus thing.
Yeah.
But I think I did find a solution to that.
Definitely. Cat keeps opening the door. Yeah. No. I agree. I was definitely a roleplay newbie. I had no idea what I was doing the moment I got in. I was just like, great, so how does this work? I was just going off from what I observed from Last Sunset and Miss Disney.
No.
Yeah, you know what? My interest in role plays was actually through your entries, believe it or not.
Oh God.
So this is all technically your fault.
Well, I'm flattered. I'm not apologetic.
Yeah, I thought I was ready for MX Disney because of The Trader Within Us, but man, was I wrong. Well, I also think that MX Disney just focuses on a completely different platform than The Trader Within Us.
It seems like it's a lot. Like, I'll be honest, if I was doing Miss Disney, I would not pass round 1 or 2 because my editing is always a bit haphazard. It's like it's not really as technically proficient because I am still kind of new to After Effects in a way. It's like I've only had this for a year, and it kind of shows a little bit by my reliance on Final Cut.
Also, that stupid thing of last people who enter get deduct points.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't do that because I'm working a job and I have to balance a lot of stuff in real life. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm getting distracted by talking. Hey, that is hilarious. Dang it! This is why I take forever. The coloring is really hard, though. I always felt like coloring was like by far the hardest part of editing. It's like even when I was doing this professionally with live action stuff, it was kind of like that was the number one thing I kept being pinged on. Darken the colors, saturation. Hell, when you're using a camera, it's like you have to be careful of the exposure because it's kind of like if something's blown out, you cannot fix it. And it's so like that was the number one thing I learned about Trader Within Us is basically how to color correct a bit more. Like when you told me about blue wash, I was like, my life has changed.
It's great, but I still hate color correcting with like every fiber of my soul, because just color correcting Sinbad when everything is blue is the worst.
God. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like the man doesn't have consistent shade. I mean, we complain about Aladdin, but seriously, it's been a struggle trying to keep skin color consistent.
Frick. I do, although Aladdin does have his own share of issues in that sense. Just in the fact that he just blends it. Aladdin, in all fairness, is much easier to color correct, but he's a lot harder to mask just because of how easy he blends in with the backgrounds.
Honestly, I actually found Aladdin really easy to mask in for the first film. Like, it was, like, amazing how smooth it went.
Do you have, like, an extra do you have, like, an ultimate HD copy that I don't have?
I do.
Because
I actually do have an ultimate HD copy thanks to Amity. That saved my life. No, but the third film is a nightmare because of the shading and issues. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, that film is horrible to mask. But I need the expression.
Now you have to punish me with this. Because now I have to mask Kasim.
Ha! Sorry. No, actually, I'm not sorry. He's a great character.
No, he is. I love Kasim.
Like, Adam did an amazing job with, like, Aladdin's family. It's easily one of my favorite aspects of Trader Within Us. Like, even before we fought together, I thought it was amazing, like, how much of a character they were. They weren't, like props or anything.
Yeah, no, I think, but I think in all fairness, like, everybody did that. Like, everybody was like, we're not gonna make the side characters props. They actually have personalities and lives. And yeah, I actually went ultimately overboard with that, but basically that was like my main goal with like writing Coco and Pocahontas, and especially Miguel.
Oh yeah, no, you want to humanize him. It definitely makes the world a lot fuller.
Agreed. And
the water's too blue. Oh no!
It's so true! It's so true. God damn it.
I'd probably recommend switching back to your screen. As I said, I'm kind of stuck at the moment.
Okay.
Like, I'm about to go into a spoiler thing. So, yeah.
Alright, I'll go back to me. I'm just masking this Sinbad right now.
I know, but it's like, I have to go scroll my timeline, and I don't want to accidentally reveal something I don't want to show.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, we had a practical exam where we had to color correct. Oh my god. The water's too blue.
Reality's unrealistic.
Olivia, you made Sinbad too likable.
Well, I'm sorry. The man deserves more love.
He does. He really does. I mean, like, the thing is that besides yours, I think I use him the most out of everybody, just because of the romance.
Because of the romance. Yeah.
It's worth it, though. This clip is probably going to take me forever, oh god.
Did you see me how long it took that goddamn totem?
No, I didn't, because I've been focusing on this. How long did it take you?
I don't know.
Do I even want to ask? I guess that's like the bigger question.
Too long. The only reason why my masks are really clean is because I'm a perfectionist. That's not good.
No, it really isn't. Pat. I realized that. What?
I do need to take off pretty soon, though. Like, it is about nearly time for dinner.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm getting hungry, too. My dad came home, and you didn't hear him, but he was basically like, who are you talking to? And I'm like trying to mouth it to him, and he's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, go away! I'm on the phone!
I see how it is. Let me go grab my red bikini. It's like, no, you're not talking to a 30-year-old man or something.
No. But when I said I was like, I'm on the phone, but he can clearly see that I'm on the computer. He's like, you're on the phone?
You can multitask.
Also,
they actually turned really well. Damn. Sorry.
Also, the fact that my phone is like, I don't know, like 10 feet from me.
Yeah.
And I'm also loving how this alleyway scene is coming out. Anyways. I'm proud of us. Yay. What did Maria say? Half the time when masking him, I was like, why does this seem too easy? Then zoomed in on his hair and wrote a bunch.
I keep saying this. I probably should have been like masking Simba to see how I do it. But I always key his hair.
I'm crying.
I don't stroke his hair. I always key it. And then I combine it, and so it's basically my master Simba are always like 2 or 3 layers.
I relate to that so much. Oh god. Yeah, no, I actually have been doing that. I've just been keying his hair, and then on another layer I've just been masking him. I actually noticed that Rosa did that a lot too. Does that a lot too. On when I watch like her process videos, she always has like she color keys on one layer and then she mask on another. And it's like, and I started doing it. It's so helpful. I love it.
It's so much better.
Makes my life so much easier.
Because I started doing that with Tulio and La Sansa because it's kind of like, again, it's all those little hair strands and the purple things and everything.
Freaking hair!
Like it is all about the hair, and so it's like, that's why you always want to key it first and then mask what's missing. It makes it so much nicer looking. But the problem is like having the light suit that afterwards, because I hate keying on After Effects. It always looks really pixelated, and it bothers the heck out of me.
Oh, no, I totally get you. I don't... Yeah, so I'm mixed with keying because I love keying on After Effects because it's so much easier and it just comes out so much cleaner, and the color and After Effects can, and because I can click on the colors that I specifically want to erase, it's better. But I do hate the fact that the outline of the character is just now all pixely, which, you know, whatever.
Exactly.
No, I hate it.
And the thing is, like, I find that the keying on Final Cut is a little better. At least I'm a little biased about that, because they bought a company specifically for the keying program, and in some ways I feel like it's because the outliners are a lot smoother. So I guess it's really about what you want to prioritize.
I need to seriously know
like
how you key in Final Cut Pro, because I've been doing it and just it hasn't been turning out well for me. Like, I've been trying and I was just like, this looks better in After Effects, but then it's all pixely in After Effects, so I can't win.
Well, let me put it this way. It's like I've been using Final Cut longer than you have, and like my very first crossover video, Phantom Falls, was purely Final Cut. All the masks, all the keying, purely Final Cut. So by the time it was, by the time I got After Effects, I already was like, had this experience of Final Cut with the keying, so I'm like, I'm just going to combine both, because I don't have enough time to try to learn everything on After Effects.
Yep. I still love that video to pieces. I remember like first discovering that video. I remember because like Danny Phantom SGI, the other Liv, she like, because it was like in like her video feed because she put it like on like her likes and no, that or she was like recommending it. I can't remember which, but essentially it was like, oh, this looks cool, and then I watched it and then I loved it. But I didn't subscribe at the time because it was like, oh, it's just a bunch of Danny Phantom vids. But I regret not doing that now.
No, I definitely moved focus. But yeah, I just needed something a little more challenging because I have been doing the series for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I like Danny Phantom just fine, but I definitely feel like it like the people I'm subscribed to. I am more subscribed to people who are like multi-fandom channels and who edit with multiple things rather than just one thing. So
yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, as I said, this was definitely something new for me.
But that's just like my personal taste and stuff. But I do wish I had subscribed now. But I had no idea that this is where we would be so many years later.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to the strong room.
What?
Oh, I'm muttering to myself.
It
is definitely, yeah. Because I always, like, from the very beginning, I always wanted to do crossover videos. Like, one of my favorite AMVs of all time is a video called From the Ashes, which is a Full Metal Alchemist alternate universe about what would happen if Al was actually completely gone. Like, if Al was not in a suit of armor, but, like, completely disappeared. Wait, and it was a really beautifully done video.
Wait. This is a legit edited video?
Yeah, From the Ashes. Look it up. It's an amazing AMV.
Looking up this shit. If I don't find it, you have to send me a link, because this sounds horrible, but amazing at the same time.
No, it's beautiful. It's really well done. And this was before Brotherhood. It's impressive. It like still holds up really well.
Wait, before Brotherhood?
I said, super well done.
Am I gonna like it? Because you know my feelings about the original Full Metal Alchemist.
I know. Still check it out.
Okay. I found it. Yep. 11 years ago.
As I said, it's old, but it definitely had a huge influence on my editing.
I'll definitely watch it later then.
And yes, I had no idea who you people were either. You were all complete strangers. It was like
for me that's not entirely true. I knew who, well, okay, let's be real. I didn't know anybody personally, but I was already subscribed to Ariel and Amber and Carissa and someone else, I believe. I'm trying to remember. I'm blanking. I think that's it. There might be somebody else, but I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm not doing a 6-second clip. All right.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I had only known I was already subscribed to them when they had entered but no, I didn't had no, so it's just like hey, new people.
Oh, can you turn on the light? I'm a vampire, Alex. Sorry.
Why do you think we never sleep? Stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Stuff like that. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes. Yes, he can. But it's just I need to get off soon.
Alright, well.
But no, you did amazing though. It's like I was really sad that Milo died though, because I was so certain he was going to make a pass, and he was one of my favorite auditions, and it kind of shows that I still liked him enough to have him like cameo.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually I definitely like the audition. I don't think it was just one of my favorites, if only just because I'm more attracted to the something traumatizing happened in said character's life or kind of thing. I don't know.
Everybody had an nasty backstory.
He had a nice backstory, and I liked it, and I definitely liked the video in itself, and I thought it was really creative, but
You're biased.
no, yeah, I am. I'm just biased.
This is my story's not traumatized enough.
That's honestly, that's just kind of the method I went. That's why I even said earlier in the stream, I was like, oh, I can't cast Little Creek as her friend. That's not traumatizing enough.
Milo is like the most innocent character.
And then he died in round 1. God.
Poor Aladdin. It's kind of like the character with no baggage, just nice to everybody, and
Mine wasn't a tragedy. Oh, Maria. I don't buy that.
Kind of because it's like I feel like that kind of she had so much self-loathing and hatred. It was kind of like because of like what she was repeatedly told, like you are not normal. You deserve to be mocked, and she internalized it. And like having Tulio like be all like, "You're better than them. You deserve to be queen. They hated you. Show them." It's kind of like that kind of fantasy that a lot of such bullied people go through.
Yeah,
so I think it was kind of a tragedy. Like, and thankfully she was pulling out of it towards the end.
Yeah, I mean,
like she wasn't alone. I feel like for a lot of characters, becoming magicians was basically better for them.
No character is truly without tragedy except Milo.
Actually, that was actually something I was wondering if what we're going to go into about the whole how Kasha came into her life, because I felt like that was something that was really interesting about her, having that one figure.
Yeah, that actually,
that kind of, he was such a strong influence.
Such a shame that he died. He just I thought it was just like really cool that you casted him, Maria, because I don't. It was like what Sandra said on your video. Like he's not used a lot, and I don't think even if I had picked the role of an old wise mentor, I don't even think I would have thought to use him. If only just because he has very little screen time. But no, I think it was cool how he became like this mentor and father figure, and like basically the only family that Billy ever really knew until then she got magic, and then he died, and then she found another family, but then she died. So,
but it was all, even then, even at his death, he could feel his influence. Like when she's about to kill Sinbad, for I can't really blame her. It's
can like we all blame her? What? I think she cut out again. I don't know. Did we cut out?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Better?
Yeah, I can hear you. So, what were we saying?
Cash game. Oh, good, you're doing it. Oh, good. I'm actually really looking forward to the backstory then. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yay!
Also, if my voice sounds really weird, it's because I have a cold.
You do?
I don't think I mentioned that. doesn't normally sound as hoarse.
Oh, I had no idea. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I normally don't sound like this. Oh well, first impressions.
How do I sound? Do I sound like a squeaking chipmunk? I don't know. I don't know what I sound like to other people. My art teacher the other day thought I was 14, and he said, "Oh, sorry, you have kind of like a baby face." I'm like, "That's nice."
I don't know. Always fun to play the guess my age game. I don't bother.
Sound like a freaking 10-year-old when I'm sick. I don't know what I sound like when I'm sick. I think I just.
At least you don't sound like an old woman who smokes that's.
I'm trying to think, like, what do I sound like? I don't sound good. You
sound fine.
I think when I'm sick, I mostly just am coughing.
Yeah.
Coughing and, vomiting. That's nice. You don't need to know that. TMI.
Too late.
What?
Okay, I don't know what possessed me to do this pose of Tulio, but I'm just gonna have to roll with it.
I need to. Oh, wait! Is that for the throne room?
Yes. I can't get rid of the punch bowl, so I'm just gonna keep it.
Oh, okay. Oh, because I used that pose too. Do you want to know what I did?
What?
So what I did is I basically,
I am an adult. I am grown up. Who are we getting here?
No, but so what I did is, first off, I didn't even mask the cup. I just cut it out completely. But what I did is I basically put like the
Oh, I see. You probably used part of the
chair to block it. The thing.
I'm definitely on grave.
I don't know what it's called. Just the thing. No, Maria, you don't sound pubescent. You sound fine. I sound pubescent, but I am pubescent, so whatever.
This gonna take forever.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I can't. Did you get like my Skype message like a while back when I was first masking that, saying like that this is going to take me forever? I don't know if you ever got that or not. Liv?
Yeah?
Did you hear what I said? Did I cut out? Shoot. Wait, did you hear what I said?
Oh no, it's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but
No.
Okay, well, essentially what I was saying is that what was I saying? Oh, I blanked. Oh, I was saying that when I masked that scene of Tulio in the chair, it took me hours. Like, I don't remember how long specifically, but it just took me a really long time.
Well, it's a good thing he's a son because you don't have to do fussy.
Yeah, true, but it still took me forever. And speaking of forever, this scene of Sinbad is taking me forever. Dear Lord.
It's the hair. He belongs in a L'Oreal commercial.
L'Oreal, because you're worth it. Everybody in that movie belongs in a L'Oreal.
The crack video.
Everybody in that movie belongs in a L'Oreal commercial. Let's be honest. Him, Proteus, Marina, Eris. Always flowing. And moving. Sinbad's hair is literally always moving. It's always just...
He's got a dramatic wind. It's like, you know, if he had more control over magic, he would totally use the airbending to make his hair dramatically flow all the time. Now, if he had a cape, it'd probably be flowing a lot as well.
His hair's not even that long, though.
No, it makes it even better.
OMG, Stacey's video. That's exactly what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Stacey's video. Yeah. Door. No, then why did you leave? No. Freaking A. I was talking to the cat.
Yeah, that kind of drove me insane too, I'll be honest. There's a lot of stuff that is a great facial expression, but I have to zoom in, otherwise I can't use it.
Yep.
Or like, there's a few scenes in my rounds where it's like I had to literally reanimate the arm.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. Oh, God. What do you want? Do you want to be in my room or do you want to be out of my room? You gotta pick something, Cheddar.
I'm gonna assume that's your cat.
Yep. I swear, he's always in and out of my room. He's in my room 24/7. That cat doesn't know what he wants.
Oh, are you kidding me?
And I basically cut Melody in half to get rid of her tail. Yeah, Maria, thanks for picking a character that's half mermaid throughout her whole movie. Most of her movie. I'm kidding, but we all have a sacrifice to deal with. Shoot, it could have been worse. It could have been, Melody could have been like a completely different creature, like a bear or something. Not that I'm saying Nita was a bear for most of her movie, just in the last 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I guess to be fair with you, when you had to use Melody, you win.
I will fight you, I will fight you, Maria. I will fight you. What?
I'm kind of sad we never got the excuses to use Mermaid Melody.
Why didn't we ever find an excuse to use? Why didn't we ever find an excuse to use Mermaid Melody? That would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah, like when they're jumping off the ship. Fins!
She's been secretly a mermaid the whole time, and then Sinbad would have
made fun of her so hard.
And then Sinbad would have been like, she's literally a fish now.
She's literally a fish girl. Who knew?
I'm just glad the animators weren't pervs. I kept her shirt on. Oh my god, that would have killed all of us.
Eh. Sorry.
I mean, she's still technically in what was considered a bra back then, so. But a bra for 12-year-olds, I guess. I don't know. Is this TMI? Yeah, but
side note, I just swear to Julia has got fake expressions, hands down.
Who? What? Oh, Tulio, yeah.
Tulio.
I have so many screenshots of just his weirdest and funniest expressions. It's glorious. Tulio looks too relaxed for this frown. Well, that's because he's evil, and he doesn't care, and he thinks he's won. But not for long.
Well, yeah, the way I was doing it was essentially, he does think he won. He's got the amulet. It's actually more for the scene where it's kind of like, this view is great up here. It's kind of like, I can see why he da-da-da-da, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Also, yeah, I probably cut the scene. It's like, I shouldn't be doing a 5-second clip, but I'm insane. It probably will beat this whole thing.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing I like about... I do like the fact that I can start using Tulio's more manipulative expressions again. Problem is, though, is that I thought that there were a lot more than there actually were, hence why I had to cut out a few lines, one that I told you about earlier today.
Thank God, because I'll be honest, that bothered the heck out of me.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, if you had just told me that from the beginning, I probably would have still cut it out.
Did!
I didn't know it bothered you so much. I thought it was funny. I don't care how much... I don't care if that man has no dignity. I laugh every time I read that line.
Give back his dignity.
The line is still funny AF, though.
The worst part was like, oh yeah, you already know. It was like a line I wrote earlier, so it's like I'm not entirely like blameless here. That's all I'll say about that.
Wait, what do you mean by that? I'm confused. Oh, and what would this line be? See, the thing is it if we told you what the line was, we'd technically be spoiling something. Like, it wouldn't be a humongous spoiler, but I guess we're afraid that you would figure it out if we told you.
I think it's ambiguous enough. You can just go ahead and do it.
All right. Well, the line was basically Duke's Tulio saying, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, and I don't want to pull up my script because of spoilers, but essentially the line was I'm blanking.
I'll do it. No, you're the damsel in distress.
Oh, right.
I was like,
something along...
I knew that line was gonna haunt me.
It was just
I don't think
I remember. It was seems you have the habit of being a damsel in distress. That's what it was. That was just kind of like a funny line because even though it hasn't been so many times, Nita and Sinbad saving each other, Nita has saved him more than he saved her. And there's also the factor that she's like tossed him with water and shoved him into a lake. So yeah. And also the fact that Sinbad had to be saved by Aladdin and twice and those type of things. And I thought it was funny, but Olivia hates it. Apparently. Screw dignity, cause comedy.
I can't really hear you anymore.
Oh, you can't? Can you hear me now? Did we block out again? Shoot, wait. Can you hear me?
I can now. It's just kind of breaking up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
My internet's pretty bad.
I think it's just glitching. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Just have Nita say it. Under her breath and Sinbad, what? I feel like that would be worse. If Nita said the damsel in distress line and not Tulio. But the thing is that it's not really... It makes more sense in the context.
I mean, yeah, if you had kept the line, I would have done a reaction. There would have been a goddamn reaction.
No, of course there would. But
got pride.
But I think in the sense of like just it goes into the fact of like why Tulio said it in that moment and how he said it, and just the fact of what comes after he says that. You know, that's it wouldn't the context wouldn't be as good if we changed to have Nita say it. It fits more in why Tulio said it. Also for other reasons that we can't say because we like teasing the hell out of you. And because, spoilers, I am almost done with this Sinbad mask. I'm so happy.
Okay, that's it. Every time I say spoilers, take a shot. Or I'll take a shot.
Yeah, I can't take a shot. I'll take a shot of apple juice.
No, you're not. Okay, I'll take the shot.
Screw context, do it. No.
I got this is my Saturday.
No regrets. Screw context, do it. No.
I just have to tell myself that the cleaner I make this mask,
Maria said that she'll take a shot with you. No, okay.
I was kind of tempted to do a drunk stream at some point, but as you kind of noticed, I can't really host it on my own channel because last time I did it, my Google Hangouts kept messing up. It was awfully tempting, though.
Well, we could stream together, and you'll be drunk, and I'll be sober. Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. Unless I never told my parents. No, I never mind.
Actually, come to think of it, I've had both Tulio and Sinbad drink. I wonder what that says about me.
I'm not sure.
Don't think about it too hard.
And I've never had like you to...
Because I requested it.
Drunk live streams for the win! I'm almost done with this Sinbad mask. Praise the Lord!
Holiday.
Hmm?
Oh, God. To be fair, the poor girl needed it.
I don't think you should just give a 12-year-old alcohol.
In some cultures, it's perfectly acceptable as long as you're an adult. The problem is, if Sinbad counts as an adult, yes, he does. Let's have some beer.
Does Sinbad count as an adult, though? Does he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
But does he?
Yes. Fight me. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
But at what cost?
Don't you dare go there. You're not going there. Oh, sorry, I'm cracking myself up. I'm lame.
I'm lame too. I crack myself up all the time. She was old enough to be married, so that kind of still bothers me. Hey, Melody, you're 12. Are you ready to get married?
Yeah, Mel's got it.
I'm like, this girl is still going through hormones and puberty. Like, you don't want to deal with that.
Oh, for the record, he's totally going to be Duke, and Duke's going to be all, like, serious. It's going to be great when I get it done.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna... 100% serious. That face says it all.
No, seriously, because Duke's just going to be standing there, because it is Tulio, like, who's got a little more personality between the two. So during the Duke's reactions during the throne room fight scene is going to be fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I actually barely show the Duke in the throne room. It's mostly just Tulio. And like I said, point of views and everything. But I guess
Oh yeah.
I'm mostly
But it makes sense that like you know Julio. I mean, she hasn't really. Well, for one thing, I'm pretty sure the Duke isn't really there anymore. Julio, I think, did take him. So basically, the point is on him. I guess from my video, I did again. It was kind of like that. I have reasons for wanting to show the Duke. I won't go into. That I don't think I've talked to you about. So we'll see.
there are things you haven't told me, Olivia.
I'm a secretive woman.
Apparently.
Dark and mysterious. That's me.
Maria, you were happy the fact that 12-year-olds were legally allowed to marry in that time period? Well, that's nice, I guess.
No, I love the fact this is Duke too, because it's like nobody suspects the butterfly. It was kind of that little effect. It was like when we were all like, holy crap. And it's. Yeah, I mean, I think thematically it makes a lot of sense too. Like, the king, of course, this Julia would go over the next best thing, the Duke. Again, though, try to make him, use him in. Let's see. I overthought this way too hard.
Don't we all? The one unfortunate thing about the Duke in doing all this is the fact that
I promise I'd only stream me for 1 hour, and like, how long's it been?
It's been 2 hours.
2 hours ago?
Actually, it's almost been 3 hours. So it's been.
See, I'm glad this contest is due April 15th, or I'd be in huge trouble.
Good thing for extensions.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I am technically in week 3 of editing.
I don't know what week I'm on. I've just. Anyways, I think I'm pretty much done with this. So I don't know what. I've only like masked out like 2 scenes. I've also done a lot of pre-masking, so like 3 scenes plus a few man-ups at the end.
Yeah, we probably should have collaborated. What were we thinking? We could have easily just done one video and split the scenes. We have brought this upon ourselves.
We did. We did.
Too late? Probably.
Like just the quote, "It's your own damn fault." I'm like, yeah, you're right, it is.
Oh, yeah, no, have a good evening.
Wait, did somebody... Oh, okay. Bye, Maria. It was good having you and all of your questions and stuff like that. Anyways, need to position.
You're just looking at into a goddamn pun chain.
What? Punching? What about punching? I'm confused.
Pun chain. Like, aren't you glad we get the master scene? Would have been a bit bananas.
He just has like random fruit next to the throne, and like Sinbad and Anita are looking at him like, dude, you're a spirit, you're dead, you can't eat anything. Why do you have that?
Oh my gosh. He could be dry.
Oh, Tulio, you rascal. Anyways. Were we talking about beforehand? I forgot.
Yeah, I think we can probably wrap this up, honestly.
I'm almost done with this man up too, but okay. Wait, did you finish that Tulio man up already? Or no. Can you hang up on me? So I think she hung up on me. So I think that's my cue to end the stream. Well then. Yeah, so it ended. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye.